We are live.
Excellent. Now, this was originally going to be a comparison of OG Final Fantasy VII to the demo, just the reactor section on both. But apparently the Vita TV has HDCP protection for reasons that baffle the mind. So we're just going to do the demo.
Yep. Let's see, I assume this is like modern Final Fantasy on normal.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I'd also like to say this is one of the worst kinds of menu options that always irks me because you can't tell what, it looks like all the other options are disabled. Like on any other menu, I would not expect you to be able to hit down from there to be able to actually select anything.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
It just looks weird.
I guess, so, player control character will attack and defend automatically.
Nah. Don't be a weak-ass punk.
Alright, well, I like my turn-based combat.
Well, you're playing the wrong game.
Well, fine.
Yeah. It's not that bad. Yeah, so I did do a little bit of playing through on 7 just to make sure that my Vita TV was actually working. And, man, you remember it sounding like it does here. It does not sound like this in the original version. It is super MIDI.
Oh, interesting. So you're saying nostalgia fills in the gaps pretty well.
Exceedingly well. I mean, it happens on when you get, just straight HD up-resings of, remaster. Like Final Fantasy 12. The remake, or the remaster of Final Fantasy 12, I often say, the game looks the way that you think you remember it. Which is a compliment. But if you actually go back and play, the real original version of it, you're like, oh my god, this looks terrible. You have forgotten how bad 480p picture really look. I mean, technically, not even P, 480i.
One thing that I just realized we could have done, granted it doesn't help us now because we're fucking doing it. I could have applied a filter to your microphone of a sound gate, so essentially there's a floor to it, so it would be less likely to pick you up.
Things for later streams.
Yeah. No,
all right.
This is the iron out the.
So here's the other thing that I really like about what they've done with this demo. Naturally, they're gonna make everything polished, but the city, it looks like a real city this time. It's actually freaking huge. I remember playing, even back in the day, I remember seeing this train pull in and thinking oh well, that's not much room to walk. I never really felt like Midgard was a full-on city. And this does a much better job of establishing sort of the scale that you're actually working with and making you actually feel here's one part of a city instead of, realistically the Mako reactor was almost a full 10th of the actual full city that you got to explore.
Right. No, that's fair. The scale's good. Oh wait, I heard murder. Gasp. Where'd my ally go?
It's okay, so that's
Biggs and Wedge?
Yeah, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse. They did this in the original version. I think it's Biggs actually just does a flips a guy, and then Jesse does this kind of awkward side kick, and they just basically combine them into just taking out one guy this time.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, so we got some camera controls. Wow. Yeah. No, I remember the old polygonal well, I guess there was the static environments, but then.
Yeah, you can look behind. You can look behind you. That's a big change.
Yeah. And then Cloud with his giant fucking square gloves.
Yeah, and his nonsense sword, which. Oh, and so here's a thing that they clean up a little bit. I don't know if you remember, but in the original version, Like everyone else runs away, and they're just kind of like, "Come on, let's go!" And then these two assholes run around the corner and jump you, and it's like, well, why didn't they stop them?
All right, so square. Okay, so tap square for light attacks, hold for a big round. Okay, got it.
Well, no, it's just like square is just a series of combos. I think Mike actually was complaining about this. Like you had to hit it repeatedly in order to get the full combo. You can just hold down square. He'll just keep attacking.
Wait, it says hold, though, to unleash an attack capable of hitting multiple nearby. So it sounds like holding square will actually do an AoE. That's what that indicates to me.
It is kind of lying.
Oh, cool. Then also, I know the game's paused right now, but I'm seeing down here, Punisher mode.
Yes, so that is another difference. It'll tell you about it later, but I feel like telling you about it now. Triangle is actually mapped to like kind of alternate fire modes for all the different characters in here. Punisher mode, it makes you very slow, like ploddingly, painfully slow, and you can't block in it, but you do like this huge, just crazy attack all around you. It's good for when like you're able to knock guys down in this one.
Does it toggle me to Punisher mode, or is it just a Punisher attack?
Well, both.
Oh.
Like you toggle to Punisher mode, and it does like a little attack to get you in there, and then once you start hitting square in Punisher mode, it does the big, crazy wind-up attacks.
You're coming with us. Nice and easy. Don't think so.
Oh yeah, level 7.
Yeah, so here's another modern gaming change that they did, where like no more victory screen.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Like it all just streams on the right-hand side, and it's just like, oh, you found all of these things, which I know there's going to be people out there who probably were like, oh, well, you know, nostalgia, and, you know, I missed the screen and the counting up and all the different fancy stuff. And I'm like, nah, I got shit to do. And let's be honest, like, the XP screen does not matter. All that mattered, like, tell me, did I level up? Did I get new stuff?
Yeah, I was kind of curious. Like, I was trying to think about it. I don't recall gear dropping from enemies, really. There was mostly just XP, like, and then maybe if you stole shit, but yeah, I don't remember rewards from enemies really mattering.
Yeah, that's because, like, the stuff that you want, like you said, gear and materia, is not from, like, it's from bosses, but it is not from, like, standard enemies. Okay. And so here they are doing the thing that they did in the original game of, like, hey, you deal with this.
Okay, battle gauge fills, yep. Once you attack. Okay, I assume that's how, like, the new limit break works?
Sort of. So the way what this is telling you is essentially like you hold square and you fill up like the ATB gauge. You've got two sections.
I don't see where it is. Like in the little demo in the upper right, I don't see the ATB gauge.
It's on the bottom right-hand corner. Like the tutorial screen is actually over top of it, but it is the bottom right underneath your character's health bar.
Okay, got it. Okay,
and it'll have two segments on it. And essentially, if you want to, when you use the ATB, you can use it to either cast a spell or do a special attack, or to use an item. So, like, you've got one charge now. Okay. So now you can hit cross. That's right, I said cross and not X, because it's not the O button. Now is it?
It is now. I've got A button, O button, X button, and square can be,
Well, square is where X is supposed to be.
Omega button. Alright, let's see. Spend ATB, perform battle commands, such as using magic. Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit cross. Okay, slows time, that's cool. I got some bullet time, particles, looking cool.
Yeah, so they actually changed some stuff around. So going to abilities. So yeah, Braver used to be Cloud's first limit break. It is now just an ability, so you can just use it. Focus thrust is, I think, sort of the same.
Can I change my target before I use it, or do I have to be aiming at something?
Oh, just you select it, and then it'll ask you to select a target. So now you can select the other guy.
There we go. Murder!
Soldier operator!
Shit on the ground, gimme. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Checking out data out of battle. Cool.
I appreciate that they tell you this, but this is irrelevant.
Yeah, you're just going to run around and murder shit.
Well, I mean, in the demo, you can't actively change anything that you can look in there. However, it does paint a good picture for what to sort of expect in the full game.
Okay. Old school list of items. Apparently I have fire spell.
Yes, that was another change. In the first one, Cloud had lightning and ice. And I think Barrett actually is the one who got fire and cure.
Wait a second. So wait, how do I have fire without having a materia equipped?
You have a materia equipped.
How the fuck do I tell if I have a materia equipped? Because I went to inventory and I'm like, cool, I don't see materia here.
No, it's your...
Party.
Yeah.
Cloud. Cool. How do I... triangle, there we go. How do I see where...
So, I'm pretty sure that this is probably a result of how they're restructuring it in the main game, where I imagine you probably can't change your materia until you get to probably Tifa's bar, where she'll probably have some sort of a tutorial there, and then it'll be like, hey, we've unlocked your ability to change materia.
Okay, that's fair. I can. That's a modern change that I'm okay with.
Yeah. Also, you can see your materia in your sword.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah, that is a nice little touch. I like that.
Like, it's actually in there, and I'm curious how committed they are to that, because I remember, like, so the Buster Sword is fine because it was 2 materia slots, and I believe they were unconnected, so visually and gameplay and mechanically it made sense. But now I'm sort of wondering, it's like, well, some of those weapons had like 8 materia slots in it. How's that going to look?
So I saw on Barrett when he was running by... Oh, wait, one sec. So you can defend holding circle. Got it. I mean O button. Or R1. Okay.
Yeah, well, R1 is gonna block.
Dodge or guard one, or guard or dodge. Okay.
Yeah.
So successful guard reduces damage, increases ADB. Does evade also increase ADB? ATB?
I'm unsure. I wasn't able to sort of pick up on that. Like, I'll be honest. There's nothing in here dangerous enough to warrant it outside of the boss, and he'll be a little busy.
So I'm curious. So I did a 3-hit like XXX, which you can't do out of combat apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And then just held, or sorry, square, 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 hold square, and it did a combo. So I'm not sure if I just kept tapping square instead, if it would have been more effective against a single target. Yeah, now I'll have to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot if I mentioned, but you were talking about some weapons have a bajillion slots, but Barrett had a little green highlight on his arm cannon.
Yeah. It's again, that one's only got 2 materia slots, so visually easy to actually do. But yeah, like it's just one of those things. Like, I'm curious, what's their level of commitment to this?
Sure.
It's green right now because it's a spell materia, but I don't think they've said how they're going to do with like command materia, the purple effect materia.
Sure.
I think red was something. Red was summon. Red was the summon materia.
Wasn't there a...
Yeah, yellow was the command materia. So like mimic, control,
Yep.
Whatever the blue magic equivalent was, but it wasn't blue magic in that one.
Bio. Or it falls in that bucket. Is there... Oh, click. They didn't tell me to click the thumbstick, did they?
No. You can use the triggers too.
Left trigger brings up my map. Let's see. You find boxes. Oh, so break shit. Yes.
Another change, in addition to the world being bigger, they also put in, video game boxes. They stand out a little bit more.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm gonna go hit all the boxes.
Yeah. You would think. But here's the other thing. Like, you're also getting way more items in here than you would in the original game. Oh, this is another change that they did. You find these Mako shards that will just slightly refill your MP. So you're not completely, totally pressured to just like hoard it until the boss so that you have enough times to use Cure. You can slowly replenish it over time.
So a little bit kind of like bringing in the little health vials from Diablo, where just as you're going, it'll nudge you up.
Yeah.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal? Is he one of us now? He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud.
He's got balls.
Cloud's
What's his
right.
name?
And he isn't
Oh,
a
yeah.
soldier anymore.
The other change.
Still, he's a
You
professional.
can't name him.
Unlike the rest of us.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
glad
It's like, yeah, you can. It's like, so what was Soldier Boy's name again?
This
Cockballs.
is a one-time gig. When
Or
it's done,
Ball's Head.
We're done.
He looks so dismayed.
Well, I mean, look at him. He's fat.
I was thinking it was just, you know,
He's clearly used to being disappointed.
Looks are what people
It's like he's the pathetic, lovable loser guy who Cloud gets the most torn up about actually dying because he was like, he was the one that believed in you.
Or even the same.
Give it a rest.
Jesse is talking about how Claude's hot. Cool.
Oh, yeah. Thirsty Jesse is a new thing.
Tactical turtleneck. The Tactineck.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money. They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
What?
Ooh, shut down.
Gonna do things and murder stuff. Time to get a move on.
You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gill.
Ah, Gil, not Jill. As in GIF.
Mm-hmm. You know, willing to bet, full version of the game, you're probably not going to actually get any gil for this job.
That would be pretty funny.
Because I remember in the first one, you didn't really get anything outside of just, you know, what you were able to rob from the soldiers who were just doing their jobs guarding a reactor that you beat to death mercilessly.
Let's see. Right click thumbstick. To unlock. To lock. Well, locked. Okay, so a little bit of Dark Souls targeting.
Get him, boy!
Ah, dog.
I was...
Looks like you're next.
When I fought against the dog, I was not able to get enough combo on him to actually do that.
Dog is definitely much scarier than human. Cut the tape. Or bar, whatever it is. Bottle of info.
You fell for the trap. It was an ether pot.
Haha, I see what you did there. So pressured is another status I saw on him.
Mm-hmm. It's like that one usually has to deal with like when you're consistently hitting him.
I want to see if I can actually get a dodge. Alright, fine, you just sit there. And murder!
Here it comes.
Oh, they can dodge your special, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was more my experience fighting the dog.
So now that he's like wedged in a corner, now I'm curious. Alright, that's not a great move.
Yep. It's a pro tip. You're supposed to use your firearm.
Got it. I assume the bottom, yeah, okay, the red bar's the stagger, got it.
Yeah, that'll knock him over, and then he takes extra. So now you want to hit him with abilities.
I just toggled over to the
Punisher mode.
yeah.
That works too.
Alright, alright.
Oh, so other thing that you can do, hold down L1.
Oh, I can see that I got my ass kicked and need to use a potion.
Hmm.
Oh, so it's not like... I thought back in the original, like, potions were like, here, have 5 billion HP, and you're like, oh, I'm topped off, sweet.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the start of the game, yeah. Just because like potions did a flat 500 heal and you only had like 400 HP, so...
Right, it was just kind of like, oh, that actually did not top me off.
Yeah, it's also giving you more potions.
And whatever I got out of the box.
It's another Mako shard. But you're full on MP, so it did nothing.
Oh, right, yeah, you were saying, like, murder the dog with fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure. I was looking for tells to just block or dodge, and then the dog just kind of sat there, so I'm like, okay, how can I tell when an attack's coming in? And maybe they don't expect you to really do as much of that, but maybe they do.
Yeah, I think that,
I got a Moogle. What the fuck is a Moogle?
something that does nothing right now. Well, does nothing in the demo, I should say.
Ah.
Not so fast. We've got company.
Nope. Before you come here, you deal with it.
That's a...
Try to keep up.
Okay.
I'm trying to cast, don't hit me.
Yes. The time has come for punishment.
Let's go.
There you go.
Yay, murder. Now let me join the crew.
You know, for those, I'm surprised that they didn't have a little bit more of a direct callback to the giant pointing hand and the red triangles that they used to have in the
the targets, yeah.
in the American version. And I was like, hey, this is a door. Oh yeah, try holding L1 now. Now. Boom. There you go.
Oh,
Quick,
so that's like a quick menu?
quick menu.
Got it, that's cool.
Faster way to get to your stuff.
Yeah, I dig that.
I think you can also go and configure it. And when I played through, I put fire on the X button.
Oh, okay, so you can have 4 hotkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, dig that.
Yeah, like the game has very clearly taken a lot of cues from Kingdom Hearts, including using triangle to open chests as opposed to X, which I have conflicting emotions about.
You mean cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that triangle is their interact button. Oh, gotta hold the button, press the button.
Yeah, hold the button to press the button, or pull the lever. I think as you're holding it, Cloud's just like, oh man, this lever. Do I want to pull it? I think I'm going to pull it.
Wasn't there a save point here before?
No. The first save point was in the reactor room, like after you go downstairs.
I thought it was on before the bridge to the boss. Or like on the bridge to the boss.
So yeah, you're
okay.
nowhere near there yet. Like,
Gotcha.
you haven't even gotten to the part where Barrett is all like, I'm gonna join up with you, Merc.
Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako's storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you?
Exasperated sigh.
Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy? Have it your way, Mutt. We can do this with you, or we can do this without you.
Different reactor, different layout. Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this, but I'll manage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's probably just a linear path through this whole thing. So, just keep walking forward.
Sure. Open.
3, 2. Damn, I'm good.
Who's that?
Hi.
Door! Oh, wait.
Open door.
It's over!
Okay, now I want his
That's my
earring
line.
to become a materia stud.
It seems like that would be good use. Well, this is it trying to tell you about punishment mode.
Oh. Cool.
He's alone. We can take it. Make it rain.
That's that.
Bring it.
We're back.
Then let's move.
He always knows just what to say.
Cut it out.
Gotta knock everything over because physics.
Yeah, it is. I'm amused that the game has
It's a good thing I know
the game is
someone
in
who knows
keeping
the
with like
passcodes.
doing the cleanup of dead
Anyone
bodies,
else
so
that can
like
handle
all the
talk
Shinra
to us,
soldiers
but
turn
what can you
into
do?
what looks like Mako energy and just kind of fades away because it's like, keeping
Careful,
physics
man.
objects bodies around is expensive. You know what? They just returned to the live stream, which is just double confirmation that you are just murdering a bunch of guys who just came in to work one day.
No. Returning them to the live stream.
Yep. Cold-blooded murder
Security's only gonna get tight.
to help a bunch of terrorists.
We can't afford any more mistakes.
I know I can press
Looks
the
like
other
the
button.
elevator's on another floor. Mind pushing that button?
Wait, seriously? You're gonna make me call the elevator?
Mm-hmm. do you
Teamwork.
What do you think you're getting paid for?
Cool.
So, you know Tifa, right?
Nope.
It's not really
Don't know
my
her.
business, but are you guys close?
Tifa and I.
So with
An
that,
elevator filled with enemies.
so with that filter, and it's like get laid on your own time. But with that filter and like they're playing up Cloud's brain issues
Sure.
a lot more than in the original. Which I'm hoping that they don't overdo it too much. I mean, yeah, everybody knows the basics of like, you know, Cloud isn't who he thinks he is and that whole thing, but if they if it's not going to become relevant or even important until like way later, so I hope they don't just keep hitting you over the head
We
with
are
it.
currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life.
I don't remember a guy named Heidegger. Oh wait,
Rest
maybe I do.
assured,
Yeah,
our inquiries will not
he
take
looked
much longer.
well, I mean, he looked like that. Only like, you know, more stubbly,
This
but
bomb's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry.
that scene was
While you
actually
sleep, while you
new.
eat, while
Like
sit,
you just
it is sucking
you were
up
just
Mako.
in the elevator for
It
Barrett
doesn't
to
rest,
do this
and
bit.
It doesn't care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red. The
Yeah.
hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me!
Dead planet.
You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can!
You really hear
Fantastic.
Damn straight I do!
that? Get help.
Say that again!
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
So yeah, super eco-terrorist Barrett.
I dig it.
So yeah, they sell his attitude a whole lot harder in this.
You listening, Merc? One false move. And that happens.
Well, so much for having Cloud.
Never
do all
mind,
the
he
fighting.
actually missed.
There are some places a sword just can't reach. Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah,
Barrett with them. Ah.
Should have asked for more money.
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah. The only unfortunate thing is my usual problems with Barrett. Unfortunately, well, they remain inside of this game. I mean, I wasn't expecting them to change them, but Like after reading how the translators decided to go for like a little bit more bombastic eco-terrorist Mr. T with the writing, I was like, oh, well, maybe that'll be one of the things that they fix and make him more... Like, he was supposed to apparently be like Solid Snake, like in his speech patterns and mannerisms and everything. But apparently, super gruff eco-terrorist Mr. T went out.
So, how do I toggle back to Cloud?
Oh, up and down, I think. But you don't want Cloud for this bit. Like you want to use Barrett.
Press control Barrett to deliver a heavy hitting attack that. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so his triangle works differently.
Oh yeah, it's like just a charge attack. Got it. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
I see.
And then like the weird thing is like once you use it, it slowly recharges. But if you keep hitting triangle, and he'll just like pump his fist to like try and get the gunk out of it.
Reduce damage. Cool. Murder.
I was about to say, yeah, it's like, yeah, you should murder those before they have their way with Cloud too much. Don't have ATB.
Oh, it looks like it took both bars to do the murder shot.
Mm-hmm.
Different characters, battle situation. You can also stick with the same character. Cool, yeah. Up or down, left, right. Got it.
Yep, so here's where you get the balancing act. Because Cloud is much better on stuff that is on the ground. But at the same time, you don't really get ATB at the same rate with AI-controlled characters.
Got it.
And you can, however, well, when you're inside of combat, you can actually use the triggers to actually issue commands to the other character.
But just the ATB or spells, right?
Correct.
Got it. They'll just auto attack, whatever.
Yeah, they'll do. It's not even quite as good as an auto attack because Barrett builds his really slow when he's controlled by the PC, but really fast when you hold him because you know to just hold down the button and shoot.
Got it. Okay. Gotcha. Let's see. Make sure there's no other crates after break.
Look what we have here.
The laser security system.
Yes. Always make sure that you're participating in the crate holocaust.
They'll cut you down to size and then some. But I'm guessing you've done this kind of thing before.
Yeah. Figure out the timing of the lasers. Then make a move when they cycle off.
Exactly. I'll go first. Nothing like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
Hey!
Just keep those baby blues of yours on me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, that's where they tell you how to sprint. Got it. Let me see. All three. Yep. Cool. Yep. All right. So that's that. All right. Murder. I know these don't have items, but you know.
Yeah, I feel like it's a violation of the rule of video games for those boxes to not have items. I mean, they are expressly boxes. Of all the boxes in this world, those should have something in them.
Yeah, you'd think.
You're doing good, soldier.
Metal boxes. Wait, those actually had shit in them?
Yeah, those are the ones you've been blowing up this whole time.
But these looked more metallic. I thought the other ones were like cardboardy.
No.
Well.
Yeah, they all have the same Shinra branding on them.
Yeah, I noticed the branding. I just thought it was a different material.
Hmm.
Oh, these ones seem faster. Okay.
But you.
Okay.
But you.
They
But
pulse
you.
multiple okay, got it. I should just sit and watch learn like a real person, but.
Mm-hmm. But you. But you. But you.
No.
Okay, now go.
No, don't tell me good job. I fucking ran into those blazes many times.
What? That's not something that would happen to a soldier first class.
The lasers should have definitely murdered me.
Oh, speaking of, you might want to cure/potion Cloud.
Yeah, I saw it was a little low when I toggled to him.
Yeah, he's kind of hurting.
Alright, so what was so there's commands.
here you go.
It's War Mech.
This is something a little bit closer to a real fight.
Yeah, we're gonna ignore the fight and go open this chest first.
Well, of course we are. We're playing an RPG. It's like, alright, clearly the game wants us to go this way. So we have to go the opposite way to find the MacGuffian.
Absolutely true. Okay, can't break that. It was bright red.
Alright, that is another violation of the law of video games. Red barrels are supposed to explode.
Alright, let's get my ass kicked.
We can take this hunk of junk.
That hunk of junk is a heavy weapons platform. If we rush in, we die.
Yeah. You'll see your attacks are not doing much damage to him.
Bring it.
It's a robot.
Need electricity.
Maybe check the spells that Barrett's got.
That sounds like trying different players, but I'm Cloud. I can't change to anyone else. Cool. You can stagger them. Okay, so the question is, if I toggle off of Cloud, is he gonna get his shit kicked in because he's not dodging?
He'll be fine-ish. Well, you don't have to dodge. So hit R2.
Yeah.
And then just tell Barrett to cast Thunder on it.
Knock it down again.
Do one more. Oh wait, he doesn't have the ATB for it.
Yep. Please stop shooting me while I do my cool abilities.
Okay, now Barrett's got lightning.
Ooh, staggered. Cool. Enemies being staggered are defenseless. Yes. Using unique abilities on a staggered foe will quickly boost your ATB. Okay, so using Punisher mode will give me a lot more ATB.
Mm-hmm.
And then Barrett
Yeah,
would be.
you want to do Punisher mode and then Braver. Punisher mode, Braver.
Got it.
Now's our chance. Go.
Don't need to tell me twice. I'm going to enjoy this.
Cool.
And there you go. The first, what I consider to be an actual fight.
20-something.
First. Huh? Soldier first class. Doesn't go into the 20s.
The hell are you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. So for all I know, a soldier's rank could
See, if I'm remembering right, I'm pretty sure Cloud is not old enough to drink.
be a 1-year-old, huh? Let me learn.
Or maybe he is in Japan, but not in America.
More importantly, what's his blood type?
Mako.
That was a thing for a while. Like it was on all the Japanese character stat sheets.
Yeah, never understood that. I was like, why is this important?
Ah, there's the maker of like reactor bridge.
Yeah, here's the big room.
That's our target. The reactor core.
This room actually
Gotta set the bomb
used to
at
just
the
be
bottom.
a ladder going down, a save point at the bottom, and then a boss fight.
Now it is mini ladders going down. Sprint. Yeah, you can sprint. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Hurry it up.
Let's see. How are we doing health? We're doing okay.
Yeah, so the other thing that's kind of crazy to me about, like, you know, when this game first came out, or when the original version of this game came out, we were still 3 iterations, no, 4 iterations away from skippable cutscenes.
Not that way. Down the
But I
ladder.
want to go this
dummy.
way. Fine. Not that way.
Yeah, they know you want to go that way. That's why they put the warning sign on you.
Whee! Sliding down ladders will never not be cool.
Not worth my time.
I do kind of wish that for this part they would have, like Final Fantasy XIV has a list of enemies actively engaged with combat with you that shows up on one side of the screen, which is handy for when you're like, well, I'm beating up this guy, but something feels like it's shooting me from the back. Oh, it must be the other guy in the target list.
Yeah. A little more context.
Yeah, so situations like that where it's like, oh, you're beating up the guys on the ground, but then there's the other flying guy. So them including these things also brings up like the other sort of question that I have about this game, kind of all up, which is like, how committed are they to some of the insane, stupid minor monsters?
Do you have a concrete example in mind?
So yes, the weird mutant house from the Sector 5 slums, I think it was.
Oh man, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's in the area of the game where you get Eris. That's right, Eris. Yeah, one of the random monsters that shows up is literally just a house with monster parts that come out of it.
Man, totally don't remember that. I am interested to fight. Was it shortly after you leave Midgard? There's like a marshy area. Was it T-Rexes or giant-ass worms? There was something that just flattens your face until you come back.
Oh, the Zolom, I think? Are you talking about the Zolom? Like the big snake monster in the swamp that like you have to run? Yeah, that's the Zolom.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
And then after you get through that whole section and you see, oh, there were actually 2 Zolom there. And Sephiroth has impaled his on a tree. You just be like, psh, you had to get a chocobo? You weak-ass, punk-ass bitch.
I don't think I ever... I guess late in the game you do, like, you can't impale it on a tree, but you are strong enough that you're like, one shot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, it's a good measure for how much stronger you get later in the game. But, like, yeah, when you first show up, unless you did some serious grinding, that thing was just... It would just stomp you.
All right, let's see if little Stamp really can bite the hand that feeds.
Okay.
Go
Stamp
on.
is a weird-ass name for a dog.
Prove to me you're the
Like, I
man
feel like
you
that should have been
say
translated
you
as, like,
are. That
Scout
you're
or
one of
Scamp.
us.
Never said I was. I'm
Or
just here for the
Spot.
paycheck.
Sure.
Then do the damn job.
Throw me the damn bomb. Why are you so angsty about it?
Yeah, still not really clear on why Barrett is just super, super focused on just, like, testing Cloud. Alright, now this instance of a headache is the only one that's in the original game. It doesn't involve the feather, though.
Yeah, I know the flashbacks happened, I just don't recall the context at all from the first game.
Yeah, like, if I'm remembering correctly, most of the time that Cloud gets his weird sort of, like, out-of-tune thing, you want 20 minutes. You want 20 minutes.
Okay.
Pretty cocky, ain't you?
Yes.
There's a secret ending to this demo that you get for 20 minutes.
Gotta wait for Shadow.
You double-crossing.
Yes, always wait for Shadow.
Seriously, you're all like,
What in the hell?
you double crossing? No, I was ready for combat, asshole.
Hey, how the hell do we fight this thing?
It's got reinforced armor plating, but the internals can be overloaded. Lightning matches.
No other option, huh? We barely scratched the damn thing.
Didn't I tell you to use magic?
Thought you were full of shit.
Think whatever you want. Just do it. Don't Don't overdo it.
I do appreciate that the game is more active in having the characters banter to give you clues on what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, that's cool. And yeah, that's fair. I dig that.
Hell yeah! You see the damage I did?
Keep it up.
Oh, you in trouble now.
Phase 2.
Now, I love that they gave this thing crazy anime-style mobility.
Never seen
Like,
this defense system before.
there's no way in hell that we get a giant neck like that to move with that sort of like speed and alacrity.
Damn it.
Ow. There's a butt panel.
Focus on that core.
Ooh, that's stone.
Yep.
Let's see. Yep. I'm gonna just get chain. Zap. Dodge, please.
Maybe tell Barrett to also toss you a cure as well.
Yep. That's gonna be helpful. And no abilities. That. Or I'll just flip it. That's cool.
I think abilities are less than useful on this. Like, try. Think of the right idea with fire. Well, once you get out of that.
Yep.
But oh yeah, that's the other thing with Punisher mode. You get real slow.
Yeah, you had mentioned that, and it's just like items, ocean, cloud. I can barely. Okay, I
So-
think I have to bear it this one.
Well, you need to lock on.
Oh, that's what I was missing.
It's like yeah, you've now got two things to target. You've got the field generator and you've got the actual main body. Like, see, CPU Cloud is targeting the actual generator. So you can't hit it with lightning.
Oh,
So the field generator is protecting it. Like, you have to go through the body in order to get it. So this is another thing that I found interesting about it. Like, Barrett is actually at a disadvantage while it has a shield, because he can't shoot through its body as easily as Cloud can hit it with his sword or like lock onto it.
so I'm locked onto it. I just can't.
And
seem to
then-
hit it.
Yeah, you gotta get around the back, and then hit it with fire.
Now, hit it hard
Yeah.
and fast.
There you go.
Yeah, fire tears up the field generator. And now that the shield is gone, Barrett can do his full damage. Blockage. Ooh, low on MP.
Need to do something about these wounds. Come on.
Stupid NPC Cloud.
Sorry.
Now you gotta
You gotta actually be in range.
gotta be more mindful of your range on stuff.
Damn it. Need to heal up, sir. Okay. Another barrier?
Dodge this first. Or not dodge and just eat missiles. I was hoping
Yeah.
to actually like dodge roll it, but
Yeah, I did not have much luck dodging the missiles. I just sat there and blocked it,
yeah,
and overall that took less damage.
that seems to make a lot of sense.
Need to do something about these wounds.
Why can't I
Yeah.
not item?
Because you don't have an ATB.
Oh, I
Here,
Was the ATB?
yeah, your ATB is for items, spells, and abilities.
I thought items I could just, willy-nilly.
Nope.
Got it. That's... Got it. Cool, I didn't even notice that a limit gauge.
Yes, it too is in the bottom right-hand corner.
Oh, there it is. Cool. How does that limit?
Yeah.
How do I use this thing?
Well, it's another menu option. I would wait until you have him actually stunned. So get some Barret lightning in there. Or, well, I think Barret needs an ether first.
Yep. That makes sense.
Nice try.
He's gonna jump. Don't.
Oh, because the spells don't automatically, guaranteed hit.
Yeah, they seem to have,
Projectile.
like, it actually mentions this. Like, the whole reason that lightning misses is because the body is over the field generator, so it actually hits from the top. The reason you want to use fire is because Cloud throws it basically just, straight up its ass. Oop, good dodge. Alright, now,
I'm going to totally
well,
eat it.
he's gonna eat that.
Try to dodge. Dodge roll it.
Bring it.
Oh, just a little bit more.
Heal up and regroup.
There we go. Now limit break.
Now, limit break all over his business.
Any last words? Gotta heal up when I have the chance.
Now, the funny thing with that is, you basically rushed him into his next phase.
Oh.
But he's super hurt now.
I was like, how do I block? Wait a second. That's not targeting me.
Yeah, this also kind of highlights the other weird issue with, when you think about this, you can't block that.
Okay. I'm trying to sprint. Fucking sprint. Alright, don't sprint. Well, because I was trying to hit R3, but it's blocking combat. But when you're out of combat, it's a sprint button.
Oh, yeah, that's why I used the right trigger to run.
Please block again. Okay, no. Oh my god, I just want to across the damn bridge.
Gotta be careful. Not good. Patch yourself up. Let's go. I'm waiting. Whatever. Bring it. Come on.
Oh, so, yeah, the weird thing about this is, this is a highly destructive weapon to have around something that is as sensitive as a energy reactor.
Right?
Especially with, missiles and its laser tail, and...
Did the potion not actually fire?
No, you used it, you got hit that much more.
Wow.
After it.
Alright.
Barret
Dodge roll.
Barrett's got an ATV to help.
Not good.
Dodge roll does not get me as much distance as I'd hoped.
Nope, it is not a Dark Souls style dodge roll. As near as I can tell, you do not have iframes.
Okay, I'm all in that.
Gotta heal up. Incoming. Take cover. Wanna get shot? Be my guest.
Its tail is up. Attack it when its tail is up. Don't actually do that.
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, that was a There's a translation error in the original game. It tells you to attack while the tail is up, despite the fact that that is the fastest way to lose that fight.
So I think I was out of range for Braver again.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Okay. Oh. Like, I get close to use Braver, and then it doesn't fire. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Well, that time, at least when I was looking, he knocked you out of it, basically. Like, you started the animation, and then he hit you with that.
I didn't know you could get knocked out of it. Interesting. Alright.
Alright, now, let's see. Is Phoenix Down actually useful? You know, it actually gives him a decent amount of health back.
Find cover and hunker down.
I would use this to keep potioning and curing. Oh, Cloud has his limit again. You can use that to sort of blow through some more of his armor.
Gotta memorize the attack patterns.
Yes, you have to memorize the patterns. Remember, this is the Dark Souls of video games.
Strike now before it fires again.
Now, as near as I've been able to ascertain, it's like you should always be using your ATB for, at the very least, abilities.
Oh my god, why?
Alright, he's jumping, so...
Here comes the laser.
I know. All I gotta do is hide, right?
If you know, then do it. Now, go.
Alright. Another phase transition. What's he got for you this time?
Missile. Oh, no. We're just going bananas.
Yeah, seriously, why would you have this station here to guard things?
I keep hitting X to attack, and then I'm like, wait a second, I'm slow going.
Yeah, it's because like you're so used to it being the like confirm and to like engage.
I get a combo going and I can't dodge roll out of it.
Abilities.
Ah, yes. Forget about that.
And don't forget Barrett's.
So long. It's down. Rain hell on it.
Ain't gotta tell me twice.
So yeah, I also find myself wondering like how they're going to make limit breaks function in this. Like the thing with the first one is you had to, in order to get you had like tiers of limit breaks, and to get like the second in a tier you had to use the first one X number of times. And
Oh,
then,
that's right. I forgot about the usage requirement.
yeah, and then to unlock a different tier, like there was an item that you picked up, and it was kind of weird. And Eris was the most useless because her limit break was basically cure. Second one, cure. Third one, cure. Fourth one, it's another cure. Fifth one, cure. Her ultimate limit break, cure. Actually, I think that one might have been cure with life.
Okay, so I ate a shit ton of attacks, but still managed to brute force my way.
Yeah, I find that like I didn't do this as cleanly as I thought I would either. Like I was in the same boat, like just chugging potions left and right. Like super grateful that they had them in there.
I guess much like how the turn-based bars would have panned out, they're trying to give you very specific windows that you should be attacking instead of just spamming, which I was doing. Like, I was getting combos and then getting blasted by shit.
I like that so it falls into the reactor, like into the energy that they use to make these basically spell gems, and blows up, and it's just like, fine, whatever. So I guess like Mako in its liquid form is mostly inert.
Oh, before it's been crystallized? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a break.
Wait. Barrett's not helping with this?
Yeah. Didn't you hear, Cloud? There's a bomb.
Awesome.
Yeah, oh shit, pork chop sandwiches, get the fuck out.
I mean, that seems reasonable. There's a bomb that's gonna blow this whole place to hell.
Mm-hmm. And now with this, it's more clear what actually happens to Jessie. Because, like, again, in the original, like, Jessie looks like she's just kind of standing there. And, like, you get an extra scene if you actually talk to her, and she's like, oh, thanks, my foot was stuck. And then she jumps up and runs away, but you could totally just leave her there. And, like, yeah, it was another one of those, like, you know, growing pains of early 3D gaming, where it was not clear in the slightest that Jessie was stuck.
That's pretty funny that you could accidentally leave her there.
Yeah, like, I can't remember, but I think she actually has a dialogue option where if you leave her, she's just like, well, thanks for leaving me there. My foot got stuck and I almost died.
Okay, I was like, wait a second, you gotta give me shit. Because I sucked at the boss. Not looking back, I'm just trying to get my loots.
Yeah, not looking back, just looking to the right. There's a treasure chest full of stuff.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm probably not going to need because the demo's about over, but in the real game, I'm sure it'll be important. Yeah, so I got a chance to not play through like the full demo at E3, but like this, like the E3 demo is essentially just the part where it starts in this room where you and Barrett go downstairs. You fight the few guys, and then you do the boss encounter. The E3 demo, the boss had like 25% of the health that he has in this. So it was really easy to push him. So when I actually like played through this, I was like, holy crap, this guy, he's actually got stuff this time. This is weird.
They're here! Take them down! We don't have time for this shit!
And like, I find myself curious, like, even just this section, like managing 2 people, can sometimes feel like a lot. I'm wondering how that's going to be with 3.
Oh, sure, toggling between each of the players, yeah, or the characters use their abilities.
Mm-hmm. And like issuing commands and, you know, all that jazz.
Watching health bars and MP bars, yeah, I can see that getting a little overwhelming.
Yeah, and also, like, kind of how smart the AI is going to become and, like, how expansive your options are going to be at the end of the day.
Can you actually skip this thing? Can you, like, run away from it if you wanted to?
I suppose, but, I mean, once you know that lightning is his weakness, you hit him with 2 of those and...
It's on you.
Yeah, like, once these guys are actually staggered, they're nothing really all that special. Was it fire that these guys will do?
Yeah, the lightning didn't seem to do that much. Let's give fire a try. Or get stomped. Oh, I'm bound.
Oh, this is new to me.
The character's bound, unable to act, quickly swap to a different character. Cool, so Cloud's kind of...
Cloud's getting stepped on.
Cure on Cloud. spells don't seem that great.
Yeah, I think he's just generally resistant.
And that was just a warm-up.
Yeah, I also appreciate, and I don't know, it's encouraging / a little disappointing to me that you can see the influences of Final Fantasy 15 and 13 in how they've decided to do things. Like the stagger meter is right out of 13. And the like sort of more active real-time combat is what they were trying to get with 15. And I feel, at least personally, that this game like blows both of their attempts at doing those things out of the water. And like I kind of wonder if it's a case of they had to get it wrong with those two games first to figure out how to get it right, or if because they knew what they were doing or that they wanted to do with this one much, much sooner, much earlier, and have had this was announced at like 2015, so like 5 years worth of time to actually like do it.
Right. Yep. So some time to actually plan it out, try it out, refine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's another one of those kind of like weird enemy designs that you wonder if they're going to commit to. Like these, I don't know if you remember them, but they're like dudes in wetsuits with these weird claw arm thingies.
Yeah, no, I remember them.
And it's like in here they are quite annoying. Weak to fire though.
There it is, now level 8.
Hooray!
Meter's going up. Oh, that's right.
Actually, that's the other thing I wonder about. Like, one of the weirder kind of just dumb things that 7 did that I remember is that Materia had it affected your stats. Like, you would equip fire, and it would be like, oh, well, this lowers your strength by like 0.1%, and it's like, well, why? Because I mean, it was never really enough to make you not want to equip the materia to certain characters. But like it had a whole screen where it was telling you the negative side effects of equipping certain materia. I'm hoping that they did away with that in its entirety because it was pointless and stupid, and by the end of the game, like hell, not even by the end, by like the middle of the game, you just never cared.
I can't transition to a block as fast as I would like to.
Yeah, well, I'm also noticing that like as you're doing your attacking and trying to transition into casting a spell, your attack animation has to finish. So no animation interrupts.
Yeah, I think I'm noticing that too, where I'm comboing and I see their attack coming, and then I try to hold block, and it's all like, no, I need to attack. So yeah, you have to not button mash your combos, is what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, like I think it has it probably makes it easier for like their easy and / classic mode, which is supposed to be more, oh yes, this part. This is the best part.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Right? Okay, so I don't remember that happening in the original.
This did not happen in the original.
Like, the explosive,
in the original, like, you don't
does.
actually set, like, the bomb detonates, and you just see them escaping as the whole thing blows up. This is a change that I can actually very much get behind. Like, their bomb, I don't know. Jeff and I had a discussion, and I don't think it's very clear. My read on that was that basically the bomb didn't work.
Yeah, that's
like
what I saw.
Yeah, like they're a mom and pop seat of your pants sort of put together organization, and they didn't make a bomb that was powerful or well put together enough to actually do any damage. Jeff reads it as the bomb worked. They just wanted to disable the reactor rather than blow everything up. It's kind of like lowering the scope, I guess, of what their intention here was supposed to be.
If I couldn't believe me, you'd be the first to
And
know.
personally, I like mine as kind of a... Like, I always felt that Avalanche, as was presented in the original Final Fantasy VII, was just kind of like, these people, they're not incompetent, but they're just amateurs. And, like, they're going up against an organization that has its own paramilitary branch that, like, you know, it had dudes like Sephiroth. They kept people like him in line and on the payroll.
So,
And just, like, what, 5 people are going to show up and just blow up, like, 1/7 of their, like, you know, biggest moneymaker? That doesn't make sense.
but I don't get why. What I read there was that Shinra, you know, pulled the trigger to blow up the reactor.
Yeah, they got a bigger boom, and so now they get, well, it's a false flag thing.
Oh, it's a case of, these are dangerous terrorists. We gotta, like, murder the fuck out of them.
It's like, yeah, like even in the original, you wind up on Shinra's most wanted list. But again, it's not really warranted for the things that you've actually really done in the game. Sure, they frame you for murdering the president at one point. But even that is just one of those cases of it's like, well, why? Like, they know that Sephiroth is the one who did it, and he's already known as a rogue agent, so they could have just blamed it on him.
Yeah, I don't quite get why they would. So I guess, given all that, I still don't fully grasp why they would blow their own reactor.
Yeah. Well, they're making Scapegoat. Oh, that was the secret ending, by the way.
Oh, the preview of all the stuff to come?
Mm-hmm. Or of just, like, the escape sequence.
Ah, got it. See, this feels like secret ending shit.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Cloud.
See, that's exactly how I remember it. CG was that good.
Yeah, sure. Don't go back and look at it.
So which one do you want to buy?
I already bought the Digital Deluxe Edition.
There's a Cactuar summoning materia?
Oh, yeah, that's another change. You're not leaving Midgar, but they're introducing summons in this section. Like, in the original game, you didn't get summons until you got to Zolom, actually.
I thought you had Leviathan on the way out of Midgard.
No. So the first summon that you get is Chocobo, and you get that one around the Zolom.
Man, I totally could have swore you got Leviathan for, like, the tidal wave, or was it a different spell that gives you a wave of water? So I thought you had a wave of water on the way out of Midgard.
That might be a different spell. I know 100% that you get no summons in the original game before leaving Midgard.
Okay. All right.
It's like, yeah, the first one you get is out in the field. I'm like 99% sure it was Chocobo, and you got it from the ranch that teaches you. It's like, hey, get the Gauchel Greens, and then get the Chocobo. And then you won't have to fight the giant snake thing.
Neat. Cool. All right, well, made it through the demo. I think I'll kill the recording, and hopefully it all went well.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for hanging out for next stream.
Mm-hmm.